Hey, the Wheel of Time fans! Welcome to Tori Talks TV. I'm Tori.
And I'm Dr. S.
In this video, we'll be discussing the Wheel of Time, episode 4, which is called The Dragon Reborn. First of all, I just want to take a quick second to thank everybody that watched and commented. We were overwhelmed with how nice everybody was.
Yeah.
And generous with their time.
Oh my gosh, so generous. Yes, definitely. Thanks for all the extra information that you're sharing. Thanks for really no one's trying to spoil anything for us. I feel like everyone's excited to see how a non-book reader is experiencing it. Almost like they get to relive it for the first time. I think that is so cool. So thank you.
Seriously, you guys have welcomed us with open arms, like wrapped so tightly. Seriously. And what I've learned most about the Wheel of Time is that the fans are amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And to some of the fans who are very disappointed about this adaptation, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine loving something so much and then having it not really go your way. So I feel like the disappointment you have just shows how much you love it. So,
true.
All right, let's get into this episode. So we're in Gyaldin, I'm sure I didn't say that correctly, and it's on fire. Mm-hmm. And we see Logain, the possible Dragon Reborn.
Self-proclaimed.
Yes, he's coming for the king. And did you notice his weaves are black? They're not white like Moiraine's.
Oh.
I don't know if that's significant or not, but that was the first thing I picked up.
Okay.
So we do know there's probably a difference between the men and women weaves. Okay. Something like that. All right, so the king is injured and they have this little back and forth, but meanwhile, he has these voices coming from him. And I saw in the subtitles that the female voice is Alusha. And she's like, be done with it, Logain. Like, take him out? I don't know, because he starts strangling the king with his weaves, his dark weaves. And there's those figures, like on his, like, it's like the devil, angel, but they're both maybe one or the other.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because we don't really understand him or his motives. Or is he supposed to destroy the world or save it?
I don't know who that's supposed to be. Who's the voices?
No, I don't know. But they said they'll betray you, like your parents and your sister. All things we have no idea about, obviously. Right. And then all of a sudden the king's wound is healed. So he's not that bad, right?
Right.
I don't know. But he's the dragon that plans to bind the world, not break it, per him.
I should hope so. He heals the king, but in order to make him his follower, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like, it to me seemed like I demonstrate my power to you so that you will believe me.
Right, like we're cool, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So then we get to see a more detailed intro. Did you notice this intro?
Yes.
With the weaves? Mm-hmm. It was more detailed and magical.
That stuff is cool. Oh. I have to say, the title design is amazing.
I was mesmerized by it and all the beautiful colors with the wheel, and all the colorful women that we get to see. All right, so let's check in with Perrin and Egwene because, Perrin's starting to feel like he can't trust the Tinkers or the Tuathan. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I have to say, these people I'm really fascinated by their philosophy, the way of the leaf.
Yes.
This all kind of spoke to me, and I love that they don't have weapons, they don't believe in violence, and then I found even more interesting that the author of these books, Robert Jordan, did 2 tours of service in Vietnam. And just to have a story about, really highlighting nonviolence, it was like tragically beautiful to me.
Yeah, I thought the same thing because I saw that in the little bonus material, which thank you so much for recommending that we watch that bonus material because it does add a little bit to it. Yes. But just the whole, because I remember being a kid and they ask you, what would you wish for? And it's world peace.
Oh,
and it's very simple. The answer is like, everyone stop fighting.
Yes, I love it. That's so true. And these people are peaceful. They kind of remind me of like hippie, gypsy, maybe even Amish, because they do like a Rumspringa where they leave at 20, but most of them come back. I loved that. Anyway, they say something about in the last age, their people knew a song. Mm-hmm. But they lost it. But if they're to find it, it would bring harmony to the world. Now, we've already heard 2 songs.
They're really good.
Yeah, the one that the besties on their road trips sang, and then the Gleeman had a song. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if there's any correlation. I mean, it can't be that obvious that the song is just out there, and then the Tinkers didn't find it again, right? So, also, how did Ela know that Perrin picked up an axe? Because did I miss something? Did she tell him?
No, he listed, or she listed a bunch of weapons. I forgot, but the last one was axe.
The axe. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think she just lingered on axe. Or maybe she does know, though. Oh, no.
I was like, do you have special powers? Are you psychic?
Now that you mention it.
I don't know. I could be wrong. All right, now let's check in with Mat and Rand, because they're with the Gleeman. And I really find Rand, like, really cunning. Kind of smooth. Mm-hmm. The way he talked themselves
He's smarter than he looks. Why did I... That's mean. Is that mean?
No!
But he looks like he's not going to be that smart.
Kind of impressed.
It's the hair color.
I know. Yes. So, thank goodness for him and his smoothness. They get to sleep in the barn for the night, because that's what they ultimately wanted. But then something happens with Mat where he throws up, I say coffee grinds, but that's just because I'm a nurse, and sometimes that's how we explain the emesis, like the throw up. And then there's these angels, not angels, they're not angels. There's some whispering coming out of the vomit, possibly. I don't know what's going on with him, but is he okay?
He seems like he's possessed, right?
Yeah.
That's something, and then he also has the dagger thing, so that's all related, right? Because ever since he picked up the dagger and then all the black stuff,
I'm worried.
Now the black stuff is coming out of him.
I'm really worried about him, but yeah. I like the exchange with that little girl who goes to give him bread, because, you know, his little sisters are at home.
Yes.
And then she gives him a doll for protection. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. So the Gleeman is talking to Rand about Mat, and he's sensing he's special. Mm-hmm. I think so too. Something special. I know it's weird with the black,
but in a dark way.
Right? I don't know. That threw me off a little bit, because I'm not sure what he's alluding to.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
It seems like there's darkness. But I mean the black
stuff. He doesn't seem very happy.
Yes.
And then Rand has this terrifying dream about his besties, and he wakes up and Mat isn't there. And then the Gleeman and him find the family murdered. Oh my gosh. And then in his dream, did you notice in his dream Mat had blood on his hand?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Did Mat do that?
That's what I thought when I first saw it. But then you see Mat looking up, and then he says, I see you. And then he has the dagger and the Fade. So the Fade did it? Yeah, right? But Mat again has that black disappearing stuff.
So like when that happens, is he no longer in himself, you know? Like, I don't think Mat is bad, but when that stuff
takes over,
it's no longer him.
So did he kill them?
That's what I think we were supposed to think.
Yeah, because when he looks and sees that dead child, why do we have to have dead children?
Right, because that makes you feel.
Oh man,
it's the ultimate feel.
It really is. But he looks so sad when he sees her.
I think he knows what it's like. He's disembodied when these things are happening to him.
Okay,
I think.
All right, let's get into the really juicy stuff. Let's go hang out and discuss the Aes Sedai sisters. That's what I'm going to call them. Is that right? I hope I said that right. So we get to meet Kearney, and she's helping Moiraine kind of regain her strength. And they assemble at Logain's cage. Mm-hmm. And I guess women can't see men's weaves. Did you hear that part? That's interesting to me.
I did not catch that.
Okay.
And weaves are braids?
They're like threads, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Right? Sorry, that's my impression.
The stuff that the magic wraps
around.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's a better name for it, please let us know. And, then we get to meet Alana, another Green Aja. And I love that she said she chose a Green Aja because she's like, one warder would never do. So that implies that they have more than one warder. I like her style.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
But she does say something kind of cryptic, like she thinks this is the end of this age here. Which, that scares me. Because I think she really senses that Logain has, like, a lot of power. Like, he's really strong.
Yeah.
Right? The guy who claims to be the dragon.
Because he is.
Yeah. They have the shield over him, and he's, like, robbing them of, like, strength and energy. Did you see that little smile come from him? Like, he's not supposed to hear them, because they, made him, I don't know.
But he senses.
Plug his ears. I don't know what's going on with him. He's still got his little whispers going on.
But real quick, though. No one thinks he is the Dragon Reborn, though, right? Because,
he does.
Well, yeah, besides him, though. No one else does, though, right?
That's why I was wondering if Alana was saying, like, oh, this might be him. This might be the end of this age.
Because then I'm, like, super confused with the whole 20 years old thing.
I know.
Because then I'm still Nynaeve is on the table. If
Put
he's
her
on
back
the table.
Put her back on the table.
I want her on the table.
I do, too. I really do. I know, right? Then we see Lan and Steppen. They're practicing skills together, and we find out that Steppen is Kearney's warder. Mm-hmm. But my question is, if the Green Aja have more than one warder, where's the other one? Oh. I'm just saying, right? Mm-hmm. That made me wonder. Is he or she okay?
Oh.
They all right? And then they say something, and this is the second time I've heard it, about the Amerlin seat is this like an assembly of people? Is this one person? Are these the head of some kind of cabinet? What? I don't know.
Yeah, like a seat, like a seat in Parliament.
Right, and they're not fond of Moraine for some reason. So yeah, I'm just wondering what that whole thing is. I really love seeing the Warders all hanging out together, having fun. Yes. But I never think that's a good thing when people are having fun. That means danger's close.
Yes, because once you experience joy, it's taken away from you.
It's all a balance, right? Yeah. I like that Stefan asked Nynaeve if she knows what Aes Sedai means in Old Tongue, and I was like, please tell me! I've wanted to know this since the beginning. It means servants of all. Oh. But you know, what is the actual dynamic of these Warders with the Aes Sedai? Because I don't, obviously it's not like sexual in nature, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not in the sense that we would understand. I think it's beyond.
It's closer than they said, like wives and husbands and brothers and sisters and families.
It's a total different relationship that doesn't exist in society as we understand it.
Yeah.
Right? And also because they feel each other's pain, then I feel like that's just a whole nother level of bond. They
feel the emotions, because remember when Lan says, oh, I shouldn't have had a drink because she got emotional? He's like, you always get emotional when I drink. I can't believe they said they've been looking for this Dragon Reborn for 20 years. There's a lot of 20 going out there. 20 years. They're 20 years old. 20-year Rumspringa.
Well, because it was born.
Yes, 20 years. That's how they know.
Shouldn't say they. I should say they.
Yeah, we don't actually
know.
They
were born 20 years ago, so they've been searching since they were born.
Okay, well, that does make sense. I kind of like that Lan seems to be checking out Nynaeve, but then this is confusing me because...
Yes.
How? But I see a lot of chemistry between the two of them. Please let this be a thing, please.
I have a question about that too. So, because the Warder and the Aes Sedai don't have a relationship as we understand it, are the Warders allowed to then have sexual / romantic relationships with other non-Aes Sedai?
I'm hoping.
Right?
Because I love this match.
There's something. There's 100% something there, obviously, as we will continue to talk about, I'm sure.
Yeah. They probably have my favorite scenes together. I loved when they were together. I could feel it.
Yes.
And then there's this Old Tongue prayer that Nynaeve is saying, but she doesn't actually know what it is. So when Lan tells her what it is, it's so scary because he said that the king said it to his wife before they knew they were going to lose the battle. It says something about, shall go into the land so our children can always hold us and never be alone. And that's what her mom said to her. Anyway, it's all very sad. So then, you guys, things get crazy. Logain's army is here, and there's arrows.
Oh my gosh.
And this is where it gets nuts,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So my heartbeat started to increase a little bit with this because Logain breaks the shield. And the three sisters they like try to shield him again, but then he ends up taking out Corinne, who's was my new favorite, thanks a lot. And her warder, Stepan's face,
oh my gosh.
when he's
outside on the field,
broke my freaking heart. So he goes after Logain in like obviously a fit of rage, and he stops him, and then like from getting him, and the shards from his weapon go everywhere, and I'm like about to throw up when they slit Lan's throat.
And the blood,
he's bleeding out. Apply pressure! No, I was freaking out. I was about to throw up.
Because, well, you know, ever since Game of Thrones, anyone can die.
Yeah.
So I basically was asking myself, is everyone now dead?
Yeah.
Is everyone gonna die?
Everybody
they could have been dead, and I had already accepted.
Oh, wow, I did not.
I was ready. Well, how do you survive bleeding out?
You're right.
Right?
So
you were in denial.
I was in denial.
Because I was like, they're done.
It was a form of defense. It was a defense mechanism. I was literally like this. No!
It's only episode 4.
I know, you're right.
How do you make us love these people and then kill them?
I don't know, but our hero, Nynaeve, saves the day.
Holy crap.
And heals everyone in unison, except my beloved Corinne. Yes, so then the sisters link. I'm freaking out. I'm like... literally on the verge of a panic attack. Like, what's going to happen? And then the black threads spew out of him. And we end with Nynaeve's beautiful face.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
So could she not save your favorite because she was already dead? But she could heal people who were not dead yet.
Like, he hadn't died yet, right? He hadn't bled out yet. That, very good assumption.
Everyone else was just still like dying.
She was too far gone.
Yeah. Because she had been injured like earlier. That's why everyone came in. Maybe that's it. She was already dead.
You're so smart.
I assume.
I just want to say the Red Aja Leandrin is sassy.
Yes.
And there's a lot of tension between these sisters, so kind of curious.
They're all the factions. Okay, not gonna pretend I memorized everything, but one of our viewers shared with us all the different levels of Ajas. Thank you so much. I don't remember them all, but I do know the green ones are the bad ones.
The green ones are the bad ones.
We saw that in action.
Oh.
And they're cool. But yeah, but then, okay, but what is Nynaeve? What are you? Who is she?
She's
something
Wait a minute,
beyond, right?
Yeah, doesn't that make her beyond
That's what I'm saying.
Powerful, like more than the Aes Sedai?
Right.
Who are you?
Who are you?
The wisdom. You gorgeous being you. I don't know, but I'm so glad she's okay. I'm glad everybody's okay. I'm really gonna be mourning the death
She's more powerful than all of them. That's what I don't understand.
I don't know. But this was a very exciting episode. We literally have no idea what's going to go on, and it's been so much fun being in the dark about all this. But you guys have really helped us, given us so much insight. So please keep them coming. Comment below. We cannot thank you enough. It's been the most pleasant surprise. And then if you haven't already, please subscribe and like while you're there. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.